Hello and welcome to episode 56 of the Daily Shed, and today I'm going to be talking a little bit about the diminished scale and diminished chord, as sort of a bit of an introduction with a couple of examples. So diminished chord sounds like this. On its own it's a pretty strange chord, and for that reason it's almost always used as sort of a passing chord, a chord on the way to something else. And there's a couple examples. One is Garth Brooks, actually. There aren't many diminished chords in country music, but here's one in his tune called Friends in Low Places. At the beginning it's just an A major, and then diminished chords, the second one, the second chord right there. So if you want to play this chord, first finger on the first fret of the B string, open G, and second fret of the B string, C sharp there, and open E. Then it goes to this chord. So just the bass line goes up chromatically, so. And then it goes to an E to resolve that. And that's actually pulled from a very common jazz progression. Using more jazz chords, it would sound like this. If you're playing jazz, you'd use those chords. If you're playing country, you're going to do it a bit more like this. There's no triads. Anyway, so diminished chord kind of fits in there. Definitely has a passing chord. It fills in the space nicely between two other chords that are actually in the key you're going for. And there's a scale based on that chord, and it's a very unusual scale. It doesn't have 8 notes like a regular scale. And a way to think about it is sort of the simple version of it is that it's based on minor thirds. So if you're starting with that second chord, it's a B flat diminished chord. If you want to play it like this, play it like this. 6th fret on the E string, 5th fret on the D string, 6th fret on G string, 5th fret on the B string, like that. You can start on any one of the notes of that chord and then go up in minor thirds. So starting with the root here, B flat, go to minor third, a minor third, minor third, minor third, minor third, minor third. You just keep going up like that, and that's a diminished scale. And that's a scale you can use over that chord. So if I'm playing that song, you've got that A, you can play an A, you know, the second chord, play that diminished scale. Then go back into the key after that, so A. So you just throw that scale in just over the diminished chord. It won't work over the other chords in this progression, but just over the diminished chord. Again, you can start on any of the notes that are in that chord and just go up a minor third. So here, if you look at this note, I'm playing on the 6th fret of the G string, go up in minor thirds. Those are all part of that same diminished scale. There's a diminished scale you can also do like this. So if you start on that B flat and go up like this. That's also a diminished scale, but it's not quite as, you're not always assured that the note will sound good. So for now, just stick with minor thirds. And again, you can start anywhere. I'll show you one other pattern to play it. Starting again on that B flat is to just go B flat, minor third, and jump to the next string, minor third, go minor third again. Like that is diminished scale based on that. Again, B flat. Like that. And again, you always will be resolving it somewhere else, whether it's going down or going up. But that's the main function of the diminished chord. And again, diminished scale you'll almost never use, unless you're playing jazz, you'll almost never use it except specifically over a diminished chord. In that case, you just remember, it's based on minor thirds. So start with any chord tone and go up in minor thirds. So I hope this is useful as an introduction. I'll be talking more about this in the future. But please let me know any questions you might have. Thanks so much for watching.